Good evening. I've been asked to introduce an extraordinary man to you this evening, and because of that, he deserves an extraordinary introduction. So I beseech your presence as I read to you an open letter that I prepared especially for this occasion. Dear Haverford and Bryn Mawr classes of 2011, 2012, 2013, and 2014, I introduce to you this evening a professor in whose classes I wish you had the privilege of participating in your academic career. There you would have repeatedly heard these infamous words: you need to hunker down and get your work done. Professor Outlaw is currently a professor of philosophy and African American and diaspora studies at Vanderbilt University. However, from 1980 to 2000, Professor Outlaw was a faculty member in the Department of Philosophy at Haverford College and was appointed the Distinguished T. Worcester Brown Chair in Philosophy in 1992. To the students, I say to you that I have never met anyone in my entire career who loved Haverford College more than Lucius Outlaw. And he expressed his deep love for this institution by being its moral voice, its moral conscience, and its embodied integrity. Professor Outlaw was born in Starkville, Mississippi, in a segregated America of Baptist parents, but his high sense of honor and commitment to social justice make him one of the best Quakers I've ever known. But I cannot stand here this evening at Haverford College and believe that I can introduce Professor Outlaw alone, not when I am among a group of Haverford faculty, administrators, and staff who loved and respected Professor Outlaw as much as I do. Because students need historical context, Ashok Gangadine recalls, quote, Lou's arrival at Haverford and appointment to our philosophy department 30 years ago plays an integral role in the drama of diversity that was unfolding then. And I feel that it is timely for us to pause, remember, and reflect on the high drama as Haverford faced the trauma of diversity in the spirit of Martin Luther King Jr. Back in the 1970s, a group of African American students on campus felt frustrated and aggrieved at how they felt they were being treated and felt alienated in our community. As an act of political protest, they occupied the president's office, then in Roberts Hall, and the drama of diversity took a decisive turn. In this drama, I felt a keen responsibility to remember the aggrieved students' voices and to do all in my power to advance real diversity in the life of the college. This is where Lou Outlaw enters. At that time, I was also chair of philosophy, and I conducted an intensive national search to locate the most outstanding African American philosophers, including Lou Outlaw, Cornel West, Leonard Harris, and others. When Lou came to campus, we had a heart-to-heart about his vision of diversity. I remember Lou saying to me as we walked past the duck pond, if you want real diversity at Haverford, you can't say come into my house, but don't move the furniture. If I come here, we're going to move the furniture. This will become one of his signature mottos in his time here. His voice, vision, and compassion stuck with me, and after we reviewed all 5 candidates, I recommended that we make an appointment to Lou. Still, I encountered resentful resistance in the special hiring committee, so much so that I stood up in protest and conscientiously objected to the atmosphere which preempted a fair, open hearing of Lou's candidacy. And I took the matter directly to the president and the provost and asked for their direct intervention. After reviewing the matter, they intervened, and Lou Outlaw was appointed as a key diversity appointment to our philosophy department and for the college. The rest is history. End quote. In terms of memory, Stefan Alexander in the physics department recalls, during my student days at Haverford and throughout the challenges of the path of an intellectual, Lou has been our teacher, living example of what we forged strive to become. Andrea Morris in the biology department remarked, since my days as a student at Haverford, Lou has been a tremendous role model. His advice to always push yourself intellectually and invest in your own success with hard work and tenacity has been invaluable, and I remain grateful to him for keeping the bar so high. One of Lou's dearest friends and colleagues, Mark Gould in the sociology department, stated, Lou is a man of moral integrity who helped us, both faculty and students, to reflect meaningfully on points of view we took for granted. His presence in the Haverford community, along with Frida and their kids, made us better than we otherwise would have been. We miss him. Judy Young in the provost's office said, Lucius Outlaw is a man of all people. He is a compassionate man, a kind man, and a man with a great sense of humor. Jeff Tukoski-Feldman in mathematics remind us Lou has a way of speaking directly to the heart of any matter with courage and insight that is startling. His legacy has been a powerful inspiration to me and others as we continue efforts Lou initiated to make the college more multicultural. Former Dean of Multicultural Affairs, Sonny Green Talbot, said of Lou, he could walk with kings and queens and still not lose the common touch, nor forget where he came from, and make everyone in the community feel affirmed. Raji Mohan in the English department says of Lou's personal impact on her and on Haverford students, Lou was a formative influence in my life as a member of the Haverford community. He taught me that members of a community not only watch out for and stand by each other through thick and thin, but they more importantly challenge each other to live by their best principles. Lou did this unfailingly with his colleagues, friends, and students, and he held the college relentlessly up against the light of its avowed values and aspirations. He insisted that students owed it to themselves to take advantage of the educational benefits specific to Haverford, a rigorous training in the disciplines, the sensibility cultivated by its liberal arts education, and the power of analytical writing and persuasive speech. He urged students to understand that while the social milieu of an elite institution like Haverford can pose challenges that make life uncomfortable for them, there is much they can learn here about living and thriving in a world that is structured by hierarchies. The Associate Dean of Athletics and women's tennis coach, Ann Koger, says, Dr. Lou Outlaw, or simply Lou, is one of the most down-to-earth, good common sense, great sense of humor, tell it like it is and like it twas, compassionate, oozing with scholarly creativeness, and courageous individual I know. While at Haverford, he was like the big brother, the favorite uncle, the good friend to me, as well as others in the Haverford community. Along with his life partner, Frieda, I always feel like they will always be go-to people in my life. Their home at Haverford was always open to everyone. Oh yeah, he is a pretty good intramural basketball teammate as well. I just want to be like him when I grow up. Echoing similar sentiments, Kim Benson in the English department stated, Lou and Frieda lived every moment at Haverford with style and verb. Geniality and generosity flowed from their house on Duck Pond Lane into every corner of our campus and into many of our hearts forever. As one of Haverford's most distinguished scholars and teachers, Lou made vivid what life in the college means at its best: unflagging pursuit of intellectual excellence, fueled by an uncompromising quest for social justice. That is, Lou embodied why and how life in the college, across its full fabric of constituents, should always also be life in the world we share with others, a vision to which he brought a rare eloquence and inspiring passion befitting his role tonight as speaker in the tradition of Reverend King. And finally, retired professor of history who regrets that he could not be here, Paul Jefferson, concludes, Lucius Outlaw has been my good friend and my moral political compass over the past 3 decades. I was touched years ago when he dubbed me a race man, then his term of highest praise. More importantly, Lou and Kim Benson, another charter member of the race theory group, have been my primary whetstones of wit at Haverford College. Other brain food supplies over the years must go unnamed on this occasion. That's Paul. Lou's leaving for Vanderbilt some years ago and my own more recent departure close an era in the life of the college. You should be pleased to welcome him back, however briefly, to the classes of 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, the friends, colleagues, administrators, and staff of Haverford College. I introduce to you Dr. Lucius Turner Outlaw.